What's up YouTube? Welcome to this review of Suicide Squad. I finally got to see it. It waited so long. I couldn't see it at midnight unfortunately because I had to, go to work and stuff and be an adult. But I got to see it. I sat through work all day sitting there, itching to see it. It was a mission to go and see it because every single screen was sold out. And I had to see it in glorious 3D, which, you know what? If you see it in 3D, it's shit. Because the whole thing, it's like the opening titles are really good in 3D, and like the rest just, you know what, just doesn't really have any 3D. You kind of just forget that the 3D is even there. But you've got the annoying glasses on. But anyway, that's my rant over about 3D. The film, Suicide Squad, it's been absolutely slated, hasn't it? Everyone has seemingly despised it. They've hated it. It's like 27% on Rotten Tomatoes. Fans have launched a campaign to shut down Rotten Tomatoes, but they can't because it's a private company. So who's gonna shut them down? I don't really understand that at all. But anyway, Suicide Squad. So this is the first DC film after Batman vs Superman, which everybody hated again. So this is the first film post that. Is it going to fix everything? Rumours abound of a different cut, a happy Guardians of the Galaxy jokey cut, and then you've got the cut of the serious tone film merged together. I never noticed that. From that offset, the whole intro of the film is absolutely fantastic. The introduction to the characters, we get to see Harley Quinn and the Joker together, who were absolutely fantastic. I think that Jared Leto and Margot Robbie herself have absolutely nailed their characters for that, and the writers and DC themselves, the producers, etc., director David Ayer, has got that down. They have locked the tone for Margot Robbie, or even Harley Quinn, and the Joker down. They've got that perfected in my eyes. So yeah, best part of the film is the scenes with the Joker and Harley Quinn. So Harley Quinn is kind of like the anti-hero of the film, but she's not. So I'm going to go into that. So the first half of this review is going to be spoiler-free, and the second half will be full of spoilers and ruining a film, but we want to discuss that, don't we? So let's move on. The basic premise of the film is an event's going down in Midway City, which is the home of Hawkman and Hawkgirl, and has been featured in the DC TV shows as well. So shit goes down there, and then Amanda Waller finally gets allowed to set up Task Force X, which is where we get the bad guys to come in and fix everything. So we get introduced to the team, we get some really, really cool cameos, and then they go off on their merry way and fix everything, kind of. But obviously shit does not go so quick for that. So the main problem here is that it seems like they're trying to do too much. They want to introduce the Joker, they want to introduce Harley Quinn, and they also want to introduce a wider world of the DC. So the issue is that, well, a lot of the characters have such colourful pasts, such as Killer Croc, who's a major villain, a major enemy, and we've got Harley Quinn as well. But Harley Quinn does get the lion's share of the actual kind of setting and backstory. So we really rarely see much else. We get introduced to each person briefly. It shows them kind of being captured and then kind of like a fact file down the right of the screen. Very odd, in my opinion. But that is the easiest way to introduce everyone. But throughout we have backstory. Deadshot and Harley Quinn are really the stars of the film. I thought that going from the trailers, Captain Boomerang would be, but well, he has a lot of the good parts. So it's really in the pecking order of the Suicide Squad. You've got Harley Quinn, you've got Deadshot, and then you've got Captain Boomerang, which I thought was, yeah, it was good. It was a good way of doing things. Because the rest of the team, while they have a lot of backstory in the comics, they're maybe not as well known. So they're picking the people who are obviously the most well known to maybe casual fans. But the problem is there that I understand why they did it, but we don't really care about the rest of the team really whatsoever. And Killer Croc was just shit. I thought that the look of him the whole him sitting there saying like, what, 6 lines of dialogue wasn't very good at all, and it was just pointless him being there. Same with the girl that Rick Flag gets to bring in as well to look after the team, which she really did nothing as well. It just felt like a bit of a mix, and it felt like the Harley Quinn and Deadshot show, to be honest. So the characterisation was not very good whatsoever, and then we get Slipknot in as well, who just turns up for no reason. Like, no reason at all, he's not even mentioned. No, he's got backstory, he comes out of a car, punches someone, that's it. That's really it. And then again, the villain of the piece does not feel really much at all, because in the trailers I felt it would be kind of bait and switch. I thought we'd have a big, massive villain, like an overarching DC mega villain, but it wasn't. It wasn't at all. The problem is with Marvel is they're setting up Thanos as the big enemy who's kind of behind the scenes sorting everything out, but here there's no one. There's no overarching looming threat that the fans can see that he's building towards, that all these films are building towards, and essentially there's not really a reason to care about really anything. And also the whole fact that there was a high value target. That reveal is a bit rubbish as well. But the problem is with the film, it's just trying very hard to do so much in so little time. And I think that if DC spread it out a bit, then maybe they would have a better chance. It wouldn't feel so squashed. But the problem again is a lot of people who aren't fans of the comics or the characters that know who they are, well, they're not really going to enjoy it as much. Whereas me, who absolutely loves all the comics and knows all about it, you know what? I enjoyed it a lot more on a bigger level. And I got the whole kind of Joker, Harley Quinn classic dance picture from Alex Ross. Well, I geeked out at that, and a lot of people in the cinema really didn't. I was loving it. And then it kind of got to the standard whole beats on the streets thing, and we saw nearly everything, apart from a lot of the Deadshot and El Diablo backstory. We saw everything really in the trailers, which is a really bad thing in my opinion. But I really did enjoy the film. Don't make me think, or don't let you think that I didn't enjoy the film. I absolutely loved it. It was great to watch, but parts of it could be a lot better. So that's my review. I'm going to do an Easter eggs and references video as well coming out this weekend. So let's get into some of the spoilers as well. The whole reveal that Enchantress was just really the whole villain of the film felt a bit weak, and well, we've got Cara Delevingne back as June Moon. So Enchantress is gone, but not, which is really weird. And the whole her brother thing just felt really pointless. It was literally just a CGI character walking around, hurting people and trying to stop the Suicide Squad. And also the El Diablo where he turned into the massive devil thing. Well, where did that come from? That didn't come from anywhere whatsoever, unless it was a manifestation of his powers and he was trying to make himself look like that. Maybe that's that. But the whole thing with the Justice League, the post-credits scene, or the mid-credits scene, where Bruce Wayne is getting the files, well, he knows about these people. He's got all the files from LexCorp. I mean, he spent the whole half of the film opening the email attachment. And, well, why do we even care? Because, you know, he's got the files and he knows who they are. So, I don't know about that. That was really naff, to be honest. Maybe it's me overthinking it. Maybe it's me knowing a bit more than maybe the general people who are watching it, but whatever. So that's it for that. Apart from one issue with the Joker's henchman, how did he get from Belle Reve to being on the helicopter with the Joker? Weird, I thought. But that's me for that video. Please do drop a like. Please do subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you soon